Now here's an offer we had a very short while ago. Not too short ago, but it's not that far away. Penton. We had them with 2839. 2839, which was the... Oh yeah, it's that whole story of like the one researcher in the Foundation that constantly was doing pranks. And the guy who he was doing pranks to was like, what the fuck's going on? And but everybody else around them was like, yeah, that's normal. It's always been like this. Even though that's not the case. And then we find out like there was like some sort of like almost like a magic spell where it's like, oh, you have to make everybody believe that he's like has been like this whole time. Yeah. That was the last one from Penton that we had. And now we got Marooned. Alright. Here we go. Marooned. Object class Euclid. By containing procedures, all discovered instances of -1 are to be closed off from public use under the pretense of construction. As removal of the foundation of -1 instances has proven to successfully neutralize their effects, all discovered instances are to be removed through the use of industrial cranes. Direct contact with an -1 instance is to be avoided at all times during its removal. Once removed, a non-anomalous roundabout is to be constructed in its place, and here is first recorded instance of -1 prior to containment. Well, that looks like that looks like a British roundabout. Might be wrong though. Oops. SCP-2958 is a phenomenon affecting % of the roundabout's island and the surrounding roads through northeast England. Hey, I was right. Individual instances henceforth referred to as -1. A modern roundabout featuring a central island containing a plant life. While the roundabout of a -1 instance is uninhabited, persons entering its area of effect will experience hallucinations, specifically affecting their perception of the surrounding locations and any vehicle present. Oh shit, that's not good. Especially if you're driving and your perception gets changed. Subjects will perceive the roundabout as a desert island of varying size and shape, while the surrounding road and area beyond will appear as an expansive ocean. Vehicles present will appear as boats, varying in models and size. Appearance is strongly influenced by the vehicle's build, model, and color. If there's like traffic on the roundabout, I wonder if the guy like thinks looking outside and they just see a bunch of boats just going around in a circle. The initial range of -1's anomalous effect will decrease several minutes after a person has traversed into the instance roundabout, onto the instance's roundabout, becoming imperceivable only by those located on it. -1's secondary anomalous effects will then activate. Full anomalous properties will not return until all subjects located on the roundabout island have left the initial area of effect. Subjects located on the roundabout will perceive any vehicle on the surrounding road to take on the appearance of some form of large ocean life, swimming through the hallucinated ocean, matching the movement and speed of the actual vehicle. Similarly to the initial effects, the perceived ocean life will be heavily based on the actual vehicle's size and build. Notable instances of ocean life witnesses have included leatherback turtles, bottlenose dolphins, giant oceanic manta rays, and bowhead whales. This effect does not target vehicles previously driven by subjects, which will then instead be perceived as a wrecked boat. Subjects will continue to hallucinate as long as they remain within -1, and will begin to experience physical effects causing their bodies to react as if they were actually located in the perceived environment. For a full list of reported effects, see document A. Subjects will continue to experience these effects for several hours after leaving -1. Unique vacation spot, but I feel like they also probably are panicking because like a moment ago they were on the road, next thing you know they're in the middle of the ocean, in the middle of nowhere. And now we got a pirate song coming on. Discovery log. The first reported instance of SCP-2958 was found in northeast England in 2000 The instance has come to the Foundation attention after discovering reports of a mass collision surrounding a local roundabout. Yeah, see, that was a problem. Car crashes. Incident report. Investigation showed 5 people to have originally crashed onto the roundabout of -1 during a multi-vehicle collision, severely injuring several involved. Affected subjects refused to leave the roundabout island upon reportedly witnessing all surrounding vehicles to be instances of Carcharodon cactarius, great white shark. Oh shit, of course they didn't want to leave. After an ambulance arrived at the scene. Oh yeah, that's another thing. Like, they think all the other guys are either boats or animals. And I'm not sure about you. If I were to go in the roundabout, the next thing you know, I would think next to me is like 50 sharks. I'd be... Yeah, I would be terrified. After an ambulance arrived at the scene, -1 secondary effect activated. This led to severe panic among subjects at the sight of what was later described as seeing the paramedics emerging from a large gash across one of the sharks, appearing severely mutilated with large sections of their bodies torn off via bite marks resembling a shark's. Upon making contact with the roundabout, paramedics were suddenly altered to match their perceived appearance and expired. What? So the medics looked like they were torn to pieces by shark, and then the medics actually became that from the effect and then died. Foundation personnel arrived at the scene shortly after the anomalous properties of -1 had become apparent. Once at the location, -1 and the surrounding areas was closed off, while personnel attempt to recover subjects, taking precautions not to make contact with its roundabout. Personnel were unable to convince subjects to leave the island and were forced to use tranquilizers and long-range grappling equipment to remove them. Yeah, makes sense. During this time, one subject left the island in order to evade capture. This led to the effect of -1's road activating, causing the subject to immediately become drenched in water and float several inches above the road. The subject continued to flee until they were hit by an oncoming car outside of -1's location. The subject was found injured but stable and appeared to have a large bite mark where they had been hit, which probably in the hallucination the car that hit them was a shark again. Upon recovery, bodily examination showed all subjects to be suffering from severe sunburns and dehydration. Subject clothes were found to contain traces of sand and salt water. All subjects fully recovered and all those involved in these events were given a Class A amnestics. Me and my dad would drive a non-human car and would be fine. Yeah, of course. Naturally. But yeah, you might still cause some car crashes. You'll be fine, but you still might cause danger to other people. That's the problem here. That's the problem here.